everybody, guess what time it is? It's Saturday, and it is episode number 9. 9 weeks in a row we have done this. If you don't know by episode 9 how this works, please go back and figure it out by going to episode 1 or maybe the intro video. But let's just go straight to the drawing board. Here we are. This movie we are going to talk about is Infinity Chamber versus a movie called Bride. Look how skinny I've made the brush already. Hal, you are very helpful today. You actually helped me. Yes, you'll say this every time. Please say something.
Why?
Because I please asked you to say something else. You always tell me this. Tell me something else, Hal. Hal, please, I beg of you to tell me anything but your name. I said anything but your name. Oh, you are not cool. Alright, fine. You want to be yourself being Hal, just go ahead and do it, alright? Okay then, everything's better than that, right? So, this time we're talking about Bride, you know? And there's lots of things happening in this movie, but the main character is this guy, he's named Will. And he is, of course, the hero guy, as always, because Will Smith will never play somebody who's not the hero, right? He's always the hero. Come on, man. Why don't you stretch your abilities a little bit and stop, always being the hero? Be somebody that is not the hero, okay? Just try it. You might like it. So there is that guy, and then there is an orc guy. Here is the orc guy. He is an orc, but he's also playing the role of society is having problems with him because he's an orc. It is. They try to be super sneaky with this movie and try to be super deep and making the race, messages and things. But, then they just gave up on it. Like, 10 minutes maybe into the movie, they're like, okay, we made the racism point, now we're moving on. Let's just make this about action and explodey, deathy, fiery, elfy madness. And then let's just not even bring up the whole racism orc thing anymore. They gave up on that idea. It's almost like they had a new director and it was, we are done with this concept that you wanted to talk about here, this important societal thing, and we're going to only talk about explodey, deathy, alien vampire elves from now on. I don't know how that worked. But it did. It happened. So let's get the new layer already. This is going off with a bang today. A bang for our buck is what we are getting. So Bride. Very interesting action movie, but it was kind of like a throwaway action movie. That was what I would call it. It has all of the same effects are going to be in it. When they are driving the car, they are, going to be doing things that don't make sense. This is how I draw my cars. Don't make fun of me, man. This is a novice movie study, not expert's best artist movie study. And he's driving, and that what's going to happen is as they go forward, things are going to slow down, and oh no, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, this guy right here, he's inside the car driving, and he is suddenly, they're like, oh no, it's slow motion things, and bullets are flying past, and, just glass in the air, and he is like, holy crap. And it's just everything is very, very cool, but it's also very expected. I'm getting a theme here that what I really like in the movie is things that are not quite as expected as always. And they also as having to be a movie that is a little bit more having more brains, because anybody can make this movie here where this is a hollow spot for a brain, and and let's just say this is me. That's my hollow spot. But inside of my hollow spot, I have one of these. It is the eggy, noodly spaghetti, and it has wanting things to be happening in movies that make me think about it. But action movies, yes, it is making this part of me happy. It is making me like have two tongues, because it's like, oh, this is very exciting, but it never ever is getting to the point where I actually am thinking with my eggy noodle spaghetti here. My eggy noodle spaghetti never gets to play. in a regular action movie. So that's why, I'm not sure that I like this movie that much. It was great. Let me tell you that. It was a great action movie. It was very entertaining. However, you know, this guy, he wants to play. Why can't he play? Well, and they wanted us to try to think about racism for a while, which was kind of interesting. Like, oh yeah, yeah, they don't like the orcs, but that was it. I get it. They didn't like them. It was, I don't know. They tried to be deep, but it wasn't very deep. It was very obvious. And, I like this. This is my favorite drawing that I've done. Look at this. I'll give him two big nostrils. He is looking a little bit like the orc from the movie. There you go. This is me. I am this ugly guy with an eggy noodle mixed spaghetti in my brain. But I don't like. Some people are like this. They are having the big eyes, and they are having the bloodshot eyes because they are on the wacky weights, and they are liking movies like, "Dude, where's my car?" But no. This is them right here. They are very happy people, and they are not having a big deal because this is what is inside of their whole noodle up there. They don't need much to fill that guy, right? You can watch Dude, Where's My Car, and this guy's like, wow, that's plenty for me. But then you have other people that are way smarter than me, and they have, they're like this, and they have a giant brain hole, and their little eyes here because there's no room for there's no room for brain for anything but the brain hole here, and their brain is just so big, and it is making their head large. Their eggy mixed spaghetti noodle brain up here it's needing lots of things, and they are wanting super duper things happening in the movie to make their brain very happy. But I am somewhere in the middle. But I do think I will sway a little bit more toward the movie where it is letting your eggy bread here play. I don't want to watch regular action or comedy movie that, is like high budget and does not make it the eggy noodle get to play. But enough about that. We are not even talking about the movie at all anymore. We're talking about concepts and whatnot. So in this movie you have a guy, and you have another guy. And one of them kills a fairy for some reason, because he's like a bad fairy, I guess. It doesn't look like a fairy, it kind of looks like a demon with giant teeth. I don't know what he was supposed to be. But this guy here, he killed him, dead. Just nothing but a bloody mess of smashed, fairy, dead. That was very important for me to tell you, but I don't know why. Anyway, these two guys are cops. There's, lethal weapon types things happening with the jokes and things like that. I don't know which one is Danny Glover and which one is Mel Gibson, but it felt very lethal weapony. Is that the movie that I think it is? Maybe not, whatever. But, they are trying to find this wand, and there is this wand, and then it's glowing. I'm done talking about this movie. Skip to the Hall of Champions. It didn't make it. It did not make it. It did not get enough of the noodle thingies moving. It is not even good enough to beat any of these movies. But we can give a cheer for Mr. Joel Edge. I don't know how to say this guy here. He did a good job of being the orc guy. Yeah. Let's give a cheer. We have not had a cheer in a long time. It seems very, very lonely for a while without the cheering. So we are going to go with the Joel Edgerton, and he's got the best star of that movie. Good job, Joel. What did you think of this movie, Hal?
-2.
-2. That's a little harsh. I think it was entertaining, but not for what we are looking for here. Not exactly the kind of movie that's going to win for me. But you know what? Before I close this, before I could say goodbye to you, I must say one thing, and for that I must go back to the drawing board. Let's see here, if I can figure out how to do it. Hal, why don't you help me?
It was the best in sliced bread.
Alrighty then, I don't know what that is. Let me tell you just one thing. If you are this guy here, and let's get serious for a moment. If you are this guy right here, And you are not liking someone because they are different. Like this is you pointing, oh no, this guy he's shorter, or he's taller than me, or he is drawn with an orange circle instead of a black circle, or he is drawn with a grayish circle, and you don't like them just because they are not exactly equal to you. Like, let's put it in program terms, why not? Gray, if he is just not equal, that's not right. If he's not equal to you, then you don't like him. You're stupid. If this is you right here, if you are this guy, please don't watch my videos anymore. If you are the racist guy, I want you to go away, please. You do not make sense. You do not have an eggy noodle. If you are the guy showing that you are having that eggy noodle, this is you right here, right? If you are racist, you have an empty hole here. There is no thing in there. This is not the brain for you. It is like a deflated balloon sack. It's nothing for you. And you know what? Just very serious. If you are this guy here and you don't like a black person or a brown person or a red person or a white person or a green person or any color of person in the world, just because they are of having the different colors, please unsubscribe. You are wasting my time. You're not a real human being. You need lots of learning, and I hope you learned before you are a very old man, because life is very short, and if you spend it all this time being very angry, happy to be angry all the time, you are wasting it, You can't spend 40 years and then spend another 40 years and then spend another 40 years. That's too many years. You don't get that many. If you spend all of them, these first 40 and these first 40, being a hateful man who does not like anyone because they're different, look at this waste. It's all wasted. I think I've said enough. You guys get it, right? Because I wouldn't have any subscribers that were this guy. You guys are much smarter than that. So I'm talking to the choir, aren't I? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Bright, I guess. Bright the movie. Very interesting, but not enough. Anyway, these are the movies we watched in the past. Good times, man. We'll see you next week, and I hope I make it 10 weeks in a row. We'll see. We will see. Bye-bye.